What the heck?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back for another week of Just a Fan podcast. All right. Now, you all are probably looking at this title and saying, man, what the heck are these guys talking about? Mud is not clear. You are absolutely right. Mud is not clear. Okay? Grass is clear. Okay? Plastic to a degree is clear. Okay? Mud is not clear. So when we say NFL is clear as mud, that's exactly what we mean. It ain't clear at all. Why? Because it is so much parity in this league this year. We don't even know who's who. We're going to get into that later, okay? First, let's introduce ourselves. Y'all know what's up. Coach Williams, NFL Encyclopedia, Wildcat quarterback that runs this whole thing, future Hall of Famer. That direction. Pando 316.
What up, chick?
What's up, man? The good guy with the black Pando 316 is a good guy with the black hat, and he is like, what the WTH? And you know what WTH stand for? Because, and I know why he's saying it, because just like the title says, the NFL is clear as mud.
We don't know who's who right now.
We don't know who's who. We don't know who's who.
We don't know who's who.
So
people can act like they do, but they know.
So, what's up, Donald?
What up, Donald Ray?
All right, so let's get into our first topic, okay? And it's been a slew of injuries, unfortunately, for Pando's favorite NFL team, the San Francisco 49ers. Okay? Now, they might be getting
because I'm in mourning, but yeah, go ahead.
They might be getting some players back eventually, like maybe Brock Purdy and I think, is it Jennings that might be back? No, Kittle. I know Kittle.
Jennings played this week, but Jennings played hurt.
Yeah, Jennings played hurt. So, but Kittle might be back soon.
Kittle could possibly be back this Sunday. Possibly.
Yeah, possibly. I heard both players were. I think was supposed to be limited today, so we'll see what happens next couple of days. But Bosa's out for the season. He's been out for a couple games now. Fred Warner just got hurt this past Sunday. He's out for the season. So a lot of injuries for San Francisco, but like I said, they might be getting some players back. But tell me your thoughts on this, man, because I know this hurting you bad, man. This hurting you bad. Every year in and year out, it's hurting you.
Here's the thing, and this is being real. This is not me being a fan. A fully healthy 49ers team, there aren't too many teams in the league that want to see that team. They don't want to play that team. They don't want to see it. The problem is there hasn't been a fully healthy 49ers team since probably 2022. It's probably been going on 3 years now that we've gone close to 3 years that we've gone where somebody significant or quite a few significant people were just out. And it's happening every year. I really feel like some voodoo priestess or some witch with a cauldron with eye of newt and wing of bat has cast a spell on this franchise to where they put together great rosters, but the rosters are never healthy. you know, and I got friends of mine as fans of other teams. It's like, yeah, y'all got the same record as us. No. Don't get it twisted. We're not good because we got people hurt. Your team is not good because y'all suck. That's all it is. That we are not the same. Okay. So on this past Sunday, and 49er fans who are still, getting over that alcohol poisoning for drinking, after this happened, this past Sunday we lost Fred Warner, who is the best off the ball linebacker in the NFL. I'm not saying that because I'm a fan. The stats and everything else prove it. Okay, the NFL's top 100 proves it. The fact that he was all pro last year. Here's the thing: last year he was all pro. He made first team all pro on a broken foot. He broke his foot like week 3 of last year and still made first team all pro. He's normally known as Iron Man for the 49ers defense. He breaks his ankle on a play where there was only 10 men on the field because somebody who was supposed to be playing defensive end didn't go out there. And I'm not saying that defensive end not being out there was the reason why Fred Warner got hurt, but nevertheless, he's out for the season with from what they're saying, is not any significant ligament damage, but it's a dislocation of the ankle with a fracture. He's undergone surgery already at Stanford. He's already on the mend. They're looking at having him back like probably around mini camps next year, which is bad. But as far as this year is concerned,
yeah, he's out.
Yeah, I think the 49ers are pretty much cooked. The offense can get everybody back, but they're going to have to be at an elite level. They're going to have to win shootouts, which to win games. Can they do that? Yeah, because they have a pretty weak schedule. But when you need at the end of the game for the defense to make a stop, I don't have the faith. I don't have the faith that they can do that. I realistically don't. Because you're looking at 2 all-pros going for the season on 2 levels of the defense in the front 7. So, it's like, and really the irony of all this is the 49ers still are stopping the run really well. Pass defense is going out the window. Just this game against Tampa Bay alone bumped them down from being they were in the top 10 in defense. They were like the number 7 in defense, points per game. They got bumped down to 15 after just one game, after just this week's game. And it was coverage. Baker Mayfield, who I'm starting to turn a corner on, I still don't believe. I still feel like he's going to lay an egg eventually. But Baker Mayfield, who I'm starting to turn a corner on, knew that Fred Warner wasn't in the game, and the majority of his big passes that he completed was across the middle. What Fred Warner is known for, basically, he can carry a slot receiver and run with it.
Yes.
He lurks in the middle. He breaks up pads in the middle. He intercepts balls in the middle. He's not there anymore. And it's like, you can't convince me that losing Fred Warner for the 49ers defense isn't the same as if, I give you an example, if the Bills lost Josh Allen for the year, what is that offense going to look like?
Oh, God.
And I don't have any volume anymore. I don't know what the hell just happened.
Volume?
Okay, I got you now. I got you. But it does it I don't know why it does that every week. And
every week.
And it's just fine. But, Josh Allen running the Bills. What does the Bills offense look like without Josh Allen? Now, don't answer after this last game because they laid an egg this last game, and we'll get into that later. But when you have an all-pro linebacker, the best linebacker in the game, lining the defense up, reading the defense, making the calls, he makes the defensive audibles. Robert Saleh doesn't do that. Fred Warner gets set. He reads what the offense is doing, and then he moves everybody around. That's what he does. He audibles the defense. They're not going to have that in Tatum, who I think is a good player, but they're not going to have that. And that's what makes the defense hum. That's why they were in the top 10 in defense. They went from being like almost at the bottom of the league in defense last year to the top 10 starting this season off. They were winning games because of defense. Who goes out? Nick Bosa. Now they can't put no pressure. Nick Bosa's out. They can't put any pressure on. You got quarterbacks back there making peanut butter sandwiches with plastic knives. They making long distance phone calls with rotary phones before they throw the ball. That's how much time they got. You go back and watch that, and so it's like, okay, dang. Now you lose Fred Warner, who gets everybody lined up. Hey, they about to do this. Hey, check this over here. Look, hey, look at this. There's nobody there to do that now. The best Fred Warner could do is show up and be in the meeting room and teach these guys how to read, but couldn't nobody read like Fred Warner. Fred Warner's like Peyton Manning of defense when it comes to reading offenses. It's like, oh, they about to do X, Y, Z. Hey, y'all check, da-da-da-da-da. They about to do such, and sure enough, they would do it, So we did our top 5 after week 5, our rankings, last week. And Brandon had the Niners as we all had the Niners as one of our top 5 teams. Brandon had a little bit higher than everybody else. That is not going to be at this point. And I'm saying it here. You heard it first on Just a Fan podcast. And this is one of the times I hope I'm really wrong. But the ceiling, the absolute ceiling for the 49ers with all these injuries, barring they don't have any more significant ones, is the wild card round one and done. Losing a wild card round game. That's the ceiling. That's as far as they can get this year. Which is okay because the majority of that roster is young, especially on that defense. They're very young. Got a young quarterback. Most of your receivers are pretty young. They got to fix that offensive line because Jesus. And that's why, you got a statue like McCorkle Jones who's starting right now. He can't sidestep a rush for nothing. He just stand there and get busted in the mouth every time. Like, I think the Buccaneers sacked him 7 times, I believe, in that game. It was a bloody mess because he just couldn't move. And he was like, his knee, no. He couldn't move beforehand. It ain't his knee. No. The knee just made it worse. He's not a mobile quarterback. He can't step up. He can't slide over. He can't make passes on the run. He doesn't do that. So you got a bad interior offensive line coupled with a defense that's missing 2 All-Pros. That's a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for disaster. So again, the ceiling is probably one and done in the playoffs. And the floor is probably like last year, 6-11, something like that. That's the floor. So anywhere up in there, that's what the 49ers are going to do, because if the offense comes back and they're elite, which I still don't see that happening, they can pull out some games because they do have a weak schedule. They do. The game this week ain't going to be a weak game because Atlanta proved that the other night. Like, hey, we here. So yeah, it's looking real bleak for the Niners. The NFC is wide open still. We don't get into that later, but the whole league is really
tough to get into.
Yeah, it's but these injuries, I was listening to Kyle Shanahan's Wednesday press conference where he talks about who had missed practice, and he was just going such and such out, such and such out, such and such out, such and such vet day, such and such is limited, such and such limited, such and such out. Such such out, such such out, such such limited. It was like he was just reading. It was a laundry list of names, and at this point, both quarterbacks are limited. Brock Purdy's still not 100%, and Mac Jones is Mac Jones, and I could get into that later because everybody like Mac Jones need to be starting in San Francisco. Shut up. He proved me right. I said he gonna turn back into a pumpkin eventually, but that's a whole nother topic. But these injuries. They're to a point it comes to a point where you just can't overcome injuries. You have great coach, you have great players, but the players got to be out there. And the problem with San Francisco is that the players are not out there. That's it. They just not out there because they hurt. The 49ers suck. No, they just ain't out there. They was all out there, they'd be busting your ass. But no, it's like that's what it is. So, 49er fans just kind of start looking toward next year. Start watching the younger guys develop and get some skill, get some experience, get some snaps, get some reps. Because there's a bunch of rookies on that defense. Get
as many reps as possible, man.
And, you got rookies and second-year guys on defense, and then you got a couple of rookies and second-year guys on offense too. So, it's going to be just a developmental year. And just like, hey, man.
That's right. Learning experience.
Yeah. Let's get stronger. And 26, provided everybody gets healthy and somebody, can boopity-boppity-boo and lift the curse, they could actually be a contender. So, but that's part of what the parity is in this league right now. That's just the big thing. I mean, there's so many memes and so many little funny AI videos. I saw an AI video the other day. I couldn't help but laugh, and they was making fun of my team, but it was funny as hell. There's like a live look at 49ers practice, and they had a bunch of people with 49ers jerseys and wheelchairs and crutches trying to catch footballs. And I was like, you know what? I can't even get mad at that. I can't even get mad at that. Like, that's the truth. Like, that's how banged up the Niners are. So it is what it is. They got a good coaching staff. They just need the players.
Speaking of coaching staff.
Great segue, by the way. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are not always right.
We're right more often than we're wrong. But go ahead.
And we were wrong this time, so we owe y'all an apology, okay? We're sorry.
Tell them what
we were wrong, huh?
Tell them what we sorry for.
We're sorry because we were wrong about who we thought was going to be the first head coach out of here. I don't think none of us saw this coming. Well, Trisha saw this coming, but we all said Mike McDaniel. It's not Mike McDaniel. Nope. It's Brian Callahan, former head coach of the Tennessee Titans. And so I think Mike McCoy is not an interim head coach. They also had his Brian Callahan's father, Bill Callahan, that let him go but kept the rest of the staff. So it looks like after the season's over with, they're going to be looking for another head coach. Now, Trisha said that there was a lot of regression on the players' end, and the head coach was not someone that held himself accountable. Okay, and I get all that. I also understand that between general managers and head coaches since 2022, they have been through quite a few of those. They've been through general managers and head coaches like no tomorrow. Okay, and I'm trying to pull up the list because I saw it a couple days ago. Give me a second.
What are you looking for?
It's a list because it's on Twitter. Somebody tweeted it out after dude got fired. It's a list of who's been fired since 2022 between head coach. Oh, here we go. Head coach and general manager. Okay, here we go. General manager fired in 2022, John Robinson. Okay. 2023, you hired general manager Rand Carthon. 2024, you fired head coach Mike Vrabel. 2024, you hired Brian Callahan.
Mike Vrabel, who's going to come in there and whoop your tail this week.
Yeah, they play each other. Mm-hmm. 2025, general manager Ron Carthon is fired. 2025, Mike Borgonzi hired, general manager. 2025, head coach Brian Callahan fired.
Who just finished his tenure with a 4-19 record, I might add.
I'm sorry.
He only won 4 games.
4 games.
2 years?
Not even 2 years. It's a year and barely a half.
Yeah, a year and a half. He's won 4 games.
So now I bring this up because there's no stability there. You are on your 1, 2, third general manager, and now you're gonna be on your fourth head coach since 2022.
We can sit and talk about poverty franchises.
This is a poverty franchise now.
Or poverty franchise because they don't believe in stability. They don't believe in they believe in Harry Potter magic wands, and they don't just hold on. Jets is another one. We get into them in a second, but the Titans, they expect things to happen overnight, and it's like it's not gonna happen. Now, was Brian Callahan the best choice for coach for them? No. Should Mike Vrabel have been fired? No, because look at what he's doing in New England. But you have got to give your coaches time. You got to have a competent GM too. That's going to make your moves. Now, drafting Cam Ward was a no-brainer. But look at all the other draft picks they've missed on.
They missed on Will Levis.
I ain't just talking about quarterback. I'm just talking about players. I think he spent a first round. I don't think he was a first round. Traylon Burks.
Traylon Burks was a first rounder because
he
might have been second. He's either first or second. I definitely know that much.
Give me a second.
He was supposed to come in and replace AJ Brown, who they traded to Philadelphia, which still pissed me off.
Yeah.
But my thing is, why? Because he was a very good receiver for them. And honestly, Tennessee has not been the same since they had what's his face? Tannehill, Derrick Henry, and AJ Brown receiver. Derrick Henry running back and Tannehill quarterback. So I'm not saying Tannehill was the end all be all,
but he was a damn sight better than what they've had.
Right.
Not counting Cam Ward because the jury's still out on Cam Ward.
Now, I'm looking at this because I was trying to remember when Bud Adams passed away, and it was 2013.
And yes, Traylon Burks was a first rounder. Go ahead.
This Adams family, not the other one, not them. This Adams family, although it is scary, but not in that sense.
The creepy and the kooky.
Yeah, you're right. They are kooky. They are kooky. You're right. This Adams family is kooky because Amy Adams Strunk is the chairman. So that means she's probably the principal owner, but they make a knee-jerk reactions, and I don't know why. I don't know if they didn't do a good job learning from their dad or whatever he is to whoever, but it's all over the place. They have not been stable since the man passed away. Really, they weren't really all that stable when he was there, when he was alive, because
I just want to point out the fact that they let Derrick Henry walk out the door in his prime. They let AJ Brown walk out the door in his prime.
Well, they didn't let him walk. They traded him.
Well, still walking out the door. They're not there anymore.
Yeah, I know. That's what's. But you know what? And when you think about it, and I was going to try to praise somebody, but I can't even praise them because really Steve McNair and Eddie George and a couple other players carried that franchise to a Super Bowl. Because it definitely was not. It definitely
1999.
That was 1999. So really, outside of that year, the last time this organization under Bud Adams has been good, you probably got to go back to the Warren Moon run and shoot days.
And that's when they were in Houston.
And that's when they were in Houston at the Oilers. So that's the last time you could say the franchise was good with the head coach.
But moving on to another poverty franchise, I don't want to get stuck in the mud with them like their whole franchise is stuck in the mud. There are rumblings at this point that the Jets are already ready to move on from Aaron Glenn.
Now, I disagree with that one.
We both do. Anybody with common sense does. But this is another poverty franchise. They You don't hire a coach to come in after come into the mess that was there last year and expect him to just 180 everything.
Well, it's not even just last year. It's like what Trisha said. You had Adam Gase as a head coach who came over talking about something. Oh, I was the offense coordinator for the Denver Broncos with Peyton Manning. No, you just sat there and just
Peyton Manning was his own offensive coordinator.
You held the clipboard. That's what you did. Peyton Manning was exactly what you just said. Peyton Manning was the offensive coordinator. So you got a head coaching job because of Peyton Manning, and whatever money you made as a head coach, you need to give that to Peyton Manning. Okay, that's what you need to do. Maybe you ain't got to give 100% of it, but you got to give them a large portion of it and give smaller percentages to some of the other players. But, that's another topic. Then you draft Zach Wilson. And in doing so, even if you overdrafted him, you still didn't try to properly develop him into an NFL quarterback. Okay? Then you bring in Aaron Rodgers. Think he's going to be the savior. Yes, he got hurt. But Aaron Rodgers wanted to do everything his way. And he wanted to bring all his Green Bay Packer friends over with him.
Aaron Rodgers wanted to basically be the GM.
He wanted to be the owner, the GM, and the head coach, and the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And y'all remember me when I used to say last year, they are the New York Aaron Rodgers football team. That's right. I used to say that because of Aaron Rodgers himself. So now Aaron Glenn, who I respect a whole lot, especially from his background, he's been around Bill Parcells, been around Sean Payton. He's a disciplinarian. And he's been around Dan Campbell. He's a disciplinarian. He needs his guys in the building to do that. I'm not saying some of the previous players are not disciplined, but he needs his vision.
Yeah, every coach needs their own personnel they want to bring in. Right now, the majority of his team is somebody else's guys.
Yeah, so 1 year and 5 games is not enough. Okay, it's not enough. You have to give him time. And one of my favorite things I like to bring up is, and Eric heard me say this, when the 49ers fired Jim Harbaugh, okay,
which was a mistake,
they were down, and they were down bad. They bring in Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch on 6-year contract extensions, and they allowed to build the 49ers franchise into what they are today. Now, I know it's a lot of injuries, but take the injuries out of it. They built into what they are today, a team that's been to Super Bowl twice under that regime. They've been to 2 other conference championship games under that regime. That's how you do it. Bring in a head coach, bring in a general manager first, then head coach, and make sure they in sync on stuff and let them build a franchise. 5 games for Aaron Glenn is not enough. People need to calm down.
Mm-hmm.
They do. They need to calm down. Let this thing put this situation on a smoker and let it cook. We're not here to don't put this in the microwave. You put this in the microwave, it's gonna blow up.
Okay? Well, it's gonna blow up. You talk about poverty franchise, the Titans, the Jets, the Browns. Dare I say it, even though they was in the Super Bowl a few years ago, the Bengals, those are poverty franchises. They have a poverty mindset. They don't have a let's make the right decisions so we can ascend to get to at least to above mediocrity. The Bengals won't fix their defense. The Browns still don't know who their quarterback is because Dylan Gabriel's not it, and they still just taking a giant dump on Shedeur Sanders. Mm-hmm. The Jets are already rumbling, talking about getting rid of Aaron Glenn, which doesn't make sense. It's like he's been there 6 games. The Titans, who just fired another coach. They're on the right track with the quarterback, but you got to be
his career.
Yeah, you're going to mess up his career because of your bad decisions because you're not putting what you need around him to do well because again, he's kind of in that I look at Cam Ward in that same category, and Tristan's here now. He can talk about quarterbacks, but I view Cam Ward in that same category as Caleb Williams. Like he doesn't have a lot to work with, but we see the talent because he flashes. It's like, okay, wow, that was a good read. Hey, hell, that was a good throw. That type of stuff. So, but it's the poverty franchise mentality. As we get to talk about who should be buyers and sellers at the trade deadline, we get to talking about that. The poverty franchises are going to hold up a whole lot of stuff because of the way they acted. Oh, I'm sorry, I left off a team. The Raiders. Yes, you are a poverty franchise.
Oh God, the Raiders haven't done anything since they lost the Super Bowl to the Buccaneers.
In 2003.
Yeah.
The Raiders are a poverty franchise by the way they handle business, the way they conduct business. You look at some teams that handle business well as far as personnel and coaching and so on and so forth. Like you said, the 49ers, but then you can turn around, you can look at a team like, look how quickly the Patriots got back.
Right.
How quickly they got back.
Look at Detroit.
The Patriots just might be back. The way Detroit is handling business now, Detroit, they pulled
That's never probably bootstraps. Detroit was bad for a long time.
Yeah,
they were 0-16.
They are not a poverty franchise anymore because of the decisions that were made up top all the way down. And now they're perennial contender. You look at them like, hey, you know what? These guys, they got it together. The Bills are not a poverty franchise, So you look at those are some examples of teams that are not poverty franchises. I can't stand them, but the Rams are not a poverty franchise because they're put together well from top to bottom. So poverty franchises, they have a mindset that is counterproductive to ever ascending to the level of respectability within the league amongst the other teams, especially your upper echelon teams. So, you got those guys in the middle of the road, but then you got the elite teams, then you got the middle of the road teams, then you got your poverty franchises. Tristan?
What up, Chris?
So, first of all, what's going on, fellas?
What's up, T?
Glad to be on.
Glad you're on, man.
So, are we talking about overall organizational malpractice, or do you want me to pertain to the quarterback malpractice?
No, we're talking about overall mal. Now, if you want to sprinkle in your knowledge on quarterbacks, that's fine. But basically, we're talking about the overall poverty mindset of some of these franchises. And when we say poverty, we're not necessarily talking about money per se,
but the mentality.
The mentality the mentality of the ownership of teams, and that's why they stay as a laughing stock, as a joke within their divisions, within their conference, and ultimately the league.
So let me say this: what has happened. All three of us on this show are old enough to remember how the teams were before, and how they handled their franchises, especially when they were in a situation where they kind of had to start from scratch and rebuild. What has happened, and I mentioned this on my other shows yesterday. What has happened is that we have gotten spoiled with not only, I wouldn't even just say quarterbacks, but quarterbacks are kind of easy to target, but just overall players that come in and make such an immediate impact on teams for the better, that every team is expecting that big move or that big shift to all of a sudden change life.
Immediately.
I remember you guys were talking about the 49ers when Jim Harbaugh came into it and how quickly he was able to kind of get that shit righted, after what they were going through for a number of years post Steve Young. I'll probably say even post Jeff Garcia era, because Jeff Garcia era wasn't bad either.
Mm-hmm.
But post those two guys, they were just in such a slum. And Jim Harbaugh, how quickly he was able to turn it around. I heard the mention of the Rams and where they were, and how Sean McVay was able to flip it so quickly post Jeff Fisher's tenure
Yep.
with the Rams, things like that. So we've gotten so spoiled with these turnarounds with between coaches, players, that every franchise is looking for it. But what is the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Exactly. So the main franchises that are constantly in this turmoil have been doing the same thing for years. How
Hello.
long how long have we been looking at the Jets and wondering who's the next quarterback going to be for the Jets other than Joe Namath? I personally have not seen Joe Namath play with my own eyes. I've never seen him play with my own eyes. All
Right.
I can go off of is the underwear commercial, the fur coat, and the cup and the waving of the finger when he won the Super Bowl. That's it. That's all I know of Joe Namath. So that's all I can go based off of that franchise. Since Joe Namath, Vinny Testaverde, Chad Pennington, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, Mark Sanchez, you go through this plethora of QBs. And what are you doing? You draft it because they're exciting, you think it's going to be something, and then you don't build the team around to
Yep.
make it work. And
Yep.
then the time when you did, because they would say, "Oh, well, we went to back-to-back conference championships when Mark Sanchez was at the helm." Yeah, but you had nobody developing him. First of all, you had LaDainian Tomlinson, who still had some juice. You had a great offensive line. Your defense was humming with Bart Scott and all them boys. You had
Yep.
a lot of things working in your favor, and
Yes.
Mark Sanchez just had to not screw it up. But when you got to the point where you knew you had to give him the money, which means you started losing players, LaDainian Tomlinson retired. You started losing players from the defensive side of the ball and all that stuff. You had to make a different decision and realize that Mark Sanchez wasn't it. You had Chad Pennington. Chad Pennington kept getting hurt. Instead of coming with a contingency plan, you kept going back to Chad Pennington, and he kept getting hurt on you.
Shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. That
You
rotating
never
cuff, man.
gave no contingency plan.
That
Then you
rotating
try to
cuff.
go. You tried to go. You try to go get Brett Favre. He tears his tricep. You had no contingency plan. You went and got Sam Darnold, but you gave him nothing. When a quarterback said he sees ghosts, that means he's had no chance to process anything he's looking at out there because he's got hit so many times that he's punch drunk. When your QB saying they see ghosts, that's a problem. So that's going to the Jets. Let's go over to the Bengals. Jeff Blake. Since their what's their heyday for the Bengals? Boomer Esiason. All right. So since Boomer Esiason, you had Jeff Blake. You had wasn't Spurgeon win for them? Who's the other black quarterback for
Achilles
them?
Smith.
Achilles
Achilles
Smith. Oh
Smith.
yeah,
Achilles,
dang. I forgot about
Achilles
Achilles
Smith.
Smith. That was
Achilles Smith.
1999.
Right. Then you landed Carson Palmer, and everybody was like, "Oh, Carson Palmer got all the tools." Yeah, he had all the tools, but you didn't give him an offensive line. You kind of did what you're doing to Joe Burrow. You gave him these weapons on the outside, but no line that could do anything. When you had Carson Palmer, then you traded away Corey Dillon, who was productive running back for you. You traded him and let him go to the Patriots
Patriots, yep.
without even giving him a chance to grow with him. Like, these are things that happen. So now you got another quarterback that is a star, and you still can't keep him. When was the last time we saw Joe Burrow? Week 1, week 2, and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
And
Then
now
let's
you
go
got Joe
over.
Flacco back there, committing elder abuse against him.
Oh, exactly. And then if you go over to the Raiders side,
Oh God.
I'm not even going to count. I'm not even going to count Rich Gannon being in that Super Bowl. I'm not even counting that. We can go back to Plunkett. So since Plunkett, what have you been looking at for the Raiders? Terrell Pryor, Jamarcus Russell, Marcus Mariota, Jeff
Uh
Garcia tried to give you a little bit of
Terry
a run.
Collins,
Terry Collins. You
Andrew Walter,
you've
Derek Carr.
gone.
Mark
You
Mark
Derek
Mark
Carr.
Marquise
David
Tour.
Carr. Sorry, David Carr. No, it's Derek. It's Derek. It's Derek. Yeah.
It's
I
there.
got
It's
mixed
there.
up. It's
It's
Derek.
there.
Marquise Tour Saposo, whatever you pronounce his name.
We got some
Exactly.
Yeah, him.
So you keep saying, "Oh, we need a quarterback. Oh, we need a quarterback." Then even worse for the Raiders, it wasn't just a quarterback. You saying, "Oh, we need a head coach. We need a head coach. We need a head coach." You kept going through all these head coaches. You didn't give them any continuity to try to build anything proper. And then
GM, head coaches, quarterbacks. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
don't even get me started with the Browns.
Oh God.
I said it on the show last night. There's got to be like a 30 for 30 special
How
made
your
about the
team
Browns.
leave Cleveland, go to Baltimore, win a Super Bowl. You bring a new team back in
And
'99,
you can't get right.
and you can't get right.
You can't
Listen,
get right.
aren't they?
It's just
Isn't Dylan Gabriel like the 41st starting quarterback to play at least one game for the Browns since
you
'99?
are
I want
you are absolutely
Number
correct.
41. I want y'all to think 41 quarterbacks since 1999.
You are absolutely correct.
Start at least one
tragic.
game. That's terrible.
That's tragic.
So you're dealing with all this inconsistency and all this, uncertainty. You can say the same thing with the Titans. Titans ain't got it right since Steve McNair been out the door. It's the same thing.
They screwed up Vince Young.
You
Bad.
can't. They screwed over Vince Young bad.
They missed too much.
The Browns messed up with Baker Mayfield. It's the same thing. So you have these franchises that keep going in the same rotation. Like you can almost like clockwork. Need a head coach, need a quarterback. Need a head
And
coach,
general
need a
manager.
quarterback, and general manager. You keep going through this cycle, and you're trying to figure out how do we get out of it. But you keep making splash moves that are not making sense. How would I know that, Tristan? Because I've been a Redskins slash Commanders fan all my life, and we did it. We did
25
the
years under
same
Dan
thing.
Snyder.
Did the same thing. So these franchises can never get out of their own way because their owner has kept their team for all this time, and it's still the same philosophy. We talk about Jerry Jones so much because Jerry Jones got a big mouth and got a big bank
And
with that Dallas Cowboys.
when you not in
But
there, you
he
just got to be quiet. Yeah.
but
You want-
Jerry ain't the worst of these owners. When
No,
you
he's
look at
not.
how they operate organizations, he ain't the worst of them. So we're now in a space where players are not getting developed properly. The NIL has caused these guys to go to schools. I said this last night. They go to these schools that we never heard of because the school is paying them the most money and they know they're going to start right away. They don't go to the schools and sit and learn how to be a quarterback, even going from college. Vince Young had to sit at one point. Colt McCoy had to sit at one point. Tom Brady was the fourth string quarterback. All these guys had to learn at a certain point before they were just thrusted in, but none of these kids want to do that. And then we got so spoiled from the beginning of Cam Newton, first day out the gate, throwing for 400 yards against the Arizona Cardinals. I'll never forget that game. So we got spoiled with these physically gifted guys that have not learned. I'm not talking about Cam, but we've got spoiled with these physically gifted guys, and we've lost the art of playing the position of quarterback. You cannot have a long career, the Drew Brees career, the Tom Brady career, the Peyton Manning career, without learning the art of playing the position. Does not matter how talented you are. We've seen all these guys be talented. Jeff Blake had one of the best moon balls you would ever see come out of a guy's hand. Okay, Achilles Smith had a cannon. Tim Couch could throw the football. Jamarcus Russell famously throwing 70-yard bomb from his knees. It does not matter about the physical tools to a certain extent if you don't have it up in your brain. But none of them are getting taught how to do it. So now it's like, oh, this guy's big and strong, i.e., like Anthony Richardson. Oh, he's 6 foot something, 250 something pounds, can run a 4.4 and could throw the ball 80 yards through a brick wall. Let's pick him, even though he's only played 15 games in his entire football life as a starter, and in a program that doesn't even know how to develop quarterbacks. Because when's the last quarterback you heard come out good out of Florida? So
Ooh,
this is
dang.
what you're dealing with. And now you're like, oh, he's a bust. We got to cast him aside. No, you had malpractice. You did not develop him the way he was supposed to develop. Who was the last QB that was successful out of BYU? Steve Young. What did Steve Young do? Sit behind Joe Montana. Oh, okay. So Zach Wilson throwing an off balance throw, all of a sudden thrusted him into the number 2 pick for the Jets, who never developed quarterbacks properly, and now he's a castaway in Miami. Like, you cannot do these things and just blame the player. Say, oh, he's a bust. No, you have done malpractice in developing players. You've done malpractice in developing talent. And it's not just the QBs. Same thing with Jadavion Clowney. What did we say before? Davion Clowney got famous. Why?
Because
One
only
hit.
One
one
hit in
hit,
South Carolina.
One hit.
One hit.
Did he? And then what do we do?
Mhm.
Oh, he's the next coming of Lawrence Taylor.
No,
Oh,
he's
all
not.
of a sudden he doesn't have to sit. He doesn't have to sit. I mean, he could sit and not play the rest of the college season and still be the number one pick. And then he comes in and he's average. Why? Because he's not developed. He's
I think
not
he's on his
groomed.
his 15 now, I believe.
Yeah, like
Yes.
15, yes.
So all of these things happen because we've gotten so blinded by one or two things that are so amazing and not pay attention and study and say, how do we develop this guy to maximize his ability?
I can
Chase
use
Young,
one. I can use
same
one.
situation.
Yeah, I can use one phrase for it. Knee jerk.
Knee-jerk
We
reaction.
live in a knee jerk society, so everybody they just overreact to you're talking about
Exactly.
process, but I'm talking about everything that when we watch sports, we watch one guy make one good play or have one good game against a bad team. Oh, well, he needed to be the starter for that team, even though he was the backup. And it's like,
Exactly.
stop it, okay?
It's like hold on. What happened to waiting for guys to see if they can string along these kind of performances? What's wrong with that? What rush are you, okay, as an owner, what rush are you in? Because unless you do something scandalous, no one's ever going to take the team from you. If I'm
That
an
is
owner,
so
I'm like,
true.
we're gonna take our time with this because who gonna outbuy you unless you do something scandalous? You're gonna probably die and then drop it off to your kids. So why am I rushing to make this thing pop? If I believe that this guy could play, the Tennessee Titans, if I believe Cam Ward could play, and I see you, Eric. If I believe that Cam Ward deserved to be the number one pick, let me take my time and feel this whole thing out. Not fire his head coach, even though I thought he shouldn't have gotten the job in the first place, but not fire his head coach halfway through his rookie year. That doesn't make any sense.
Because now you're hurting your star quarterback because now
You've put him
you
behind
got
the
to
eight
run a whole
ball.
new scheme next season.
Yes.
And but also, go ahead, Steve, because you're just getting on.
No. I'm just agreeing. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so basically, a lot. I think another problem is too is, and I'm gonna go back to it. You still got to scout, draft, and develop. But the develop part is just because you're in the NFL does not mean development stops. You still
Mhm.
have to develop all these players. And it's not just quarterback, it's running back, receiver, tight end, O-line, D-line, linebackers, DBs. You got to develop all of these players, man.
Yep.
All the fundamentals is so critical because honestly, and I hate to say this, a lot of coaches on these lower levels are not really coaching some of these players. I'm not saying it's across the board, but you can tell that some of these coaches have allowed players to get away with anything and everything. They're saying, look, you could just out athletic somebody, be the fastest guy, be the guy that can cut back better than anybody else, be the strongest guy. They're not teaching the true fundamentals of playing football. They're not teaching that stuff. So by the time these guys get to the NFL, it's like, damn, man, you went through 20 years. Well, not 20 years because you don't play as a baby, but you just say 10 years. You go through 10 years of being the best athletic player, dominating everybody, Kyler Murray. And now you get to NFL, it's like, oh, shoot, everybody's just as good as me? Yes, everybody's just as good as you.
Yeah. We're in an era now where it's lazy coaching, man.
Yeah, it is. It's lazy coaching in youth football. It's lazy coaching, in high school football. Mm-hmm. And it's lazy coaching in college football. I hate to say it. And I'm not saying I'm not saying it's every single program. But it's like that it's nationwide in different places.
Yeah, it's lazy, man. It's like, I said this a few weeks ago. It's like, oh, you're professionals. My guys are better than your guys. No, they're not better. It's all about schemes. If you're not coaching and developing them, everyone's on the same level, or you're worse. You know, you can see. I use my team. Like there's no reason why you have some DBs and some defensive linemen that are getting worse as the years go on. They're not even like 27 yet. Like they're not getting old. They're just not getting better. They're not being coached well, you know.
Yeah. So with that in mind, because some teams are going to want to get their teams some teams are kind of like teetering on the edge, but still might have a shot to get into the tournament. And you have some teams that are just, how can I put this? Okay, they suck. We know there are some teams that we are positive that suck, and they're not going anywhere this year. But then you got so much parity in the league right now where you are you're basically, that you don't know if they're mid, you don't know if they're great, because we say the team is great. That very week that we say that team is great, they lay an egg against a team they're supposed to beat. We say a team is mid, they beat a great team. Well, a team that we thought was great. And it's like right now we're closing in on the NFL trade deadline.
November 4th.
And there are some teams that need to be sellers at the deadline. And there are some teams that need to be buyers.
Okay.
Thank you, Steve, for the soundtrack. All right. Oh, but yeah, there's some teams that need to be sellers at the trade deadline, and some of them, going back to what we talked about earlier, property franchises. And I can understand you want to get the most for your money. Okay, you want to trade a player away. Hey, we want this for this player, but they're being unrealistic. Like for example, both the New York teams. Now, the Giants are a little bit better than the Jets. The Jets are absolute dog water. The Jets should be hosting a full fire sale anyway, because you got a new coach that you should be retaining, and you need time for them to get his guys in. So if I'm the Jets, I'm wholesaling. I'm having a fire sale, and I'm picking
Everybody's
available.
Everybody's available except for Garrett Wilson and Quentin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say Garrett Wilson, and even Sauce Gardner.
Even Sauce. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mention Sauce. I said Sauce.
Yeah.
Sauce can go.
Yeah, but because
Yeah.
you are such a bad team. You are such a bad team that you can unload that roster, get a crap ton of draft picks, and if you got a good enough GM, you can shake and bake with that. You can cook.
Yeah.
And it's better to trade all those guys for picks, because some of those guys gonna get some high picks. Some of those guys deserve some mid-round picks. Like right now, they talk about, we're not gonna trade Jermaine Johnson II, edge rusher, because there's several teams that need edge rushers. We're not gonna trade him unless we want something hefty for him. What is hefty?
They tripping.
If you're talking about a first-round draft pick, then go ahead and slap yourself.
I think they just have a bad roster, man. I think Aaron Glenn needs some time to get a good roster in place.
He needs his roster.
That's what I'm about to say. He needs his roster.
Yeah, I don't think it's coaching. I just think it's the roster. It's just
and before you and T got on, me and Eric just said that literally 7-8 minutes ago.
He needs his roster.
Yeah.
Now, okay.
I hope they give him time to get his roster, man. They got to give him time, man.
If they fire Aaron Glenn, they're just proving my point that I just stated.
And I love Aaron Glenn, man. I do, because I think
someone like a Woody
Johnson around.
Someone like a Woody Johnson, that's not out of the realm of possibility, because he's a horrible, horrible executive.
He is.
He's horrible.
He's terrible.
So this guy had his kid talking about picking up guys based on their Madden ratings.
Yep.
Like, you don't deserve to have an office, sir.
And we thought that was a joke, and that actually ended up being a real thing.
That was a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at that. The Raiders, they need to be sellers at the deadline. Okay.
Jacoby Myers,
Crosby. Max Crosby. God, it slips my mind.
Who else they gonna trade?
Everybody's basically up except for the two young boys, Gentry and Bowers.
You must be thinking of Mayers, the other tight end.
This one makes me the most upset is the Bengals have the unmitigated gall and audacity And it seems today that they don't want to part ways with Trey Hendrickson. Why the hell not?
He's a free agent after the season. Get something for him.
You're not going to pay him. He's a free agent after the season.
Get something for him. That's
Right
there. That is a microcosm of poverty franchise mentality. You wasn't gonna pay the dude. He's a free agent next year, but we're not gonna let him go. Not hey, we want this much for him. He's 31, so you shouldn't get no more than a late day 2 or early day 3. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking too.
Right.
3rd round, 4th round. Yeah.
So but you gonna sit up there and say it came out and say, well, we don't want to part ways with Trey. Why? So you gonna let him walk out your door? You gonna hold on to him, let him walk out the door at the end of this season and get absolutely
nothing.
For a guy that you could flirt around, get a couple 2s and possibly a 1 if a team is desperate.
You can get a conditional. You can get a 2 and probably a conditional, a 2 that can turn into a 1, or 3 that can turn into a 2, something along those lines. Because he is 31. So, but then you move on to the Giants, who still think they, hey man, we got it going on. I don't know. They a little bit mid right there because they're looking for a wide receiver, but then they have a plethora of pass rushers. So the Giants are dealing because they still got a shot.
Man, they're close. Man, they're close to being good, man. I mean, I think they are pretty good. I just think, yeah, man, they got neighbors. I mean,
but he's hurt.
They're no, I'm saying if they had him healthy.
Oh yeah, of course.
They're
dangerous.
They're a different team, man. I mean,
that's why it should make
they're not to be messed with, man.
Yeah,
People, I picked them over the Eagles last week.
Yeah, so you got the then you have the Dolphins fire sale.
Trade
They
everybody.
got fire sale going on.
Literally, you got Mike McDaniel sitting in his office listening to "Hello, Darkness, my old friend." That's what he listens to every week. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
It's like,
nah, they got to gut that staff. They got to gut that staff, man. The staff is the issue, man.
So you got
everything.
Go ahead. Let's go ahead and have a fire sale because I don't know why you brought Minka Fitzpatrick back, and yes, the NFC is wide open this week after this week. But talking about another team, they're not gonna like it, but it's the truth. Browns, you need to have a fire sale.
Yes.
New Orleans Saints.
Now,
the Saints are better than their record would indicate. They are a better team than their record. They, because of cap situations, because they will never get out of cap hell unless they let a lot of these guys out the door and just send them somewhere else, pick up draft capital, and get them off your books.
Now, hold on. I heard David Njoku is a trade candidate for Cleveland.
He should be. He should have been last year.
Yeah.
The Saints, I heard Chris Olave is a trade candidate. You know who's a trade candidate? And what? Chris Olave?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I did hear that.
Now, another trade candidate I heard from New Orleans, but I would not even give up a 7th round pick for him, and that's Taysom Hill. I'm sorry. If I'm in the minority, let me know. If I'm in the minority, let me know.
No, you're right. You're right.
57 years old. He's 157. He got his AARP card.
He's old, and that contract is too much. Y'all gonna have to cut him.
You know what would be fun to watch? You know what would be fun, man? Imagine him on the Giants.
Who?
With Scatterbo.
Who?
Yeah. They have all kinds of trick plays going on.
Man, no.
Taysom.
No.
That'd be fun to watch.
No, stop it.
He's 35 with 2 bad knees.
Stop it.
But those are teams that need to be sellers.
I'm with you, Steve.
At the damn.
No. There's a point in time in the NFL, y'all need to stop living off of old bodies. He's old. Forget it.
We're not saying for the Giants to do it. We just said it would be fun to look at. Like that'd be a Madden thing I do in a video game.
All kinds of trick plays and creativity.
Listen. That's a Madden thing, and that's a Taysom Hill 2017 thing. Leave it alone. Let's move on.
But yeah, but
Brandon's
All
so
right.
mad.
All right.
No, I'm not.
I can't watch trick plays in the NFL. Dang.
Listen.
Me and Steve just trying to have some fun.
What
You
I'm
said we
trying
finna
to
look at.
Got three white boys in the back and 3 musketeers.
oh god,
You
we
know,
gonna call?
You know
Face and
what?
run trick plays, scatterable.
You know what?
Hey
You know
man,
what? You know what? Hey,
it's like gadget guys, man. That's not fun to look at. What's going on?
Hey, I'm gonna make y'all do up downs.
Oh yeah, Brandon's still in coaching mode. All right, Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, man.
All right, how's practice today, man? All right, man.
Okay, so
Listen,
oh,
hold
You
on.
home,
Wait,
you home
wait,
now, man.
wait.
You home.
Listen.
You home now, man. All right.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. Hey, Steve, I'm gonna really make you do some up downs. Get on my nerves right now. Make you do some damn duck walks.
so okay,
No,
so,
can I finish?
so those are
No.
the franchises.
Eric,
What?
listen, comes to the point in time when you guys need to learn how to stop living off of old bodies. Taysom Hill is
Oh, yeah,
old.
we got that. I'm trying to.
No, you didn't again because y'all kept going.
I didn't keep going. Steve kept going.
And Trisha kept going. These two
I'm
down
trying to
here.
move on.
Listen, I'm trying to get my point across before you move on.
Oh,
These
okay, I
two
would
down
like to
That's
hear
here,
your point, man.
Oh,
these
my
two
goodness.
down here trying to live off of old bodies. Y'all need to cut that out.
I
We
think
said it'd be
they
fun
don't
to
think they were
watch,
serious.
man.
I don't
Taysom
think they
Hill,
were serious.
Taysom
Brandon,
Hill,
even if the play fails, it will be fun to watch. That's what we said.
Taysom Hill need to retire.
I think they. I don't think they were being serious, Brandon.
They
I
need
think
to
we were.
retire.
Oh.
I think they said it in jest.
Retire.
I think we all know that, Brandon. We just they just being funny. I don't think they were being
Brandon, my boy Brandon's so amped up, man.
So
Get home, man. Save for practice tomorrow, man.
let's get back on track here. So these are franchises. So we looking at the Jets, the Dolphins, the Saints, possibly the Giants, the Bengals, the Browns.
Raiders.
Who
Raiders got players on trade block.
who does?
Raiders.
Raiders.
Oh, and the Raiders. These are teams that need to all be sellers at the deadline.
Yes.
What?
Hello?
I think Eric froze.
Yeah, he did freeze. Yeah, Eric.
But
froze.
I agree. Until you, we can talk till you get back. But I agree though. I think the Giants really should be more buyers for real.
Yeah, I think he messed up because he was just naming teams that weren't doing well with bad records. But no, Giants should be buyers. That's why, and I think they're trying to get a wide receiver because they really want to get a wide receiver for Jackson Dart. I think they want to give Jackson Dart a fair chance since Malik.
Depending on who the receiver, like you're getting like Waddle for like a fourth, fifth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even though I heard Miami wants a first one, I'm like, no.
No.
But
But you get like a fourth and a fifth for Waddle. Like I would take that.
Yeah, of
to
course.
go with the Dolphins because in your mind you're thinking, one, you can get a legitimate number one receiver back on your roster this season, and then you're thinking of the combination of the receivers
For
when
next
Neighbors
year.
comes back next year. So absolutely.
And then I also heard New England wants a wide receiver to pair up with Stephon Diggs and give Drake May another option. So if they can,
they need to be buyers too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way New England's playing right now with Drake May.
Oh yeah, you give them another weapon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So those are teams. We got some teams that are buyers and sellers.
So I need the Commanders to be buyers with all the injuries we've gotten.
Yeah.
I need the Commanders to be buyers.
What position?
Wide receiver.
Man.
Wide receiver.
Y'all do need a receiver.
He's missing Terry so bad.
And it's not Terry McLaurin he's hurt.
He's missing Terry so bad.
We just put Noah Brown on IR today.
Yeah, I saw that about Noah Brown.
Yeah, we need that bad.
So is that 4 weeks or is that long term?
Right now it's 4 weeks, but it might be long term. We don't know what's going on with that groin. And he had that issue, I think last season or the season before with that groin. So
y'all do need a receiver because
we need a receiver. Like next year's draft, we really need to put for a receiver in the first round in next year's draft.
Because you need somebody. You need somebody for the future. Because Terry McLaurin's in his 30s, so you need somebody for the future to explode to continue to open up the offense, because if you don't have a receiver to open up the offense, and Eric, welcome back.
Okay, what we talking about?
If you don't have a receiver to open up the offense for Washington, then you're in trouble, because all that stuff that Cliff Kingsbury loved to do, you can't take the top off.
So are we talking about Washington being buyers at the
Washington being buyers,
and back to our point.
We said Washington should be buyers. We said
New England should be buyers too, because New England
should be
wants a receiver.
And back to our point, if coaches develop players, Washington, in my opinion, should have probably kept Jahan Dotson
Patriots.
And developed him.
I think the Patriots, Giants, Washington could be buyers.
What you saying, Steve?
No, I was saying Washington should have kept Jahan Dotson.
We can't hear you,
Steve.
Man. We see a signal, but we can't hear you.
No, I can hear him now. I just couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you originally.
No, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying.
I don't hear Steve.
Oh, you can't? So I can hear me. Eric, can you hear Steve?
I can hear Steve.
Okay,
as long as y'all can hear him, go ahead. Do your thing.
Right.
Yeah, so I was saying back to coaches developing players, man. I'm like, man, if they developed Jahan Dotson, they should have kept him, because he could have been an additional weapon. He's buried in the depth chart in Philly, but right now Washington, I think he if y'all kept him, he would have shined a little bit.
Definitely.
That's my opinion.
Definitely. Oh my God.
In my opinion. Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hold on real quick. Sorry. Just real quick, Trisha. He was saying that y'all should have kept Jahan Dotson to at least help out at wide receiver.
For sure.
He's not doing anything in Philadelphia.
He's not doing anything.
Matter of fact,
because of the depth chart and the scheme.
It's not even just depth.
Hell, man, the number one receiver ain't getting targets in Philadelphia. Let's be real.
I wish we had kept Zacchaeus.
And hold on, Philadelphia also doing nothing with the boy from Houston.
Yeah,
Mitchie,
Mitchie.
They're not doing. I'm like, wait a minute. You have these receivers. You can go 10 personnel at times,
But that's why people are getting on the Eagles. And my bad, Steve, if I'm cutting you off, because I really can't hear you. I don't know why.
No, you good.
That's why the Eagles are getting heat the way they are, because like y'all acquired a plethora of legit weapons and are not using them. Y'all still having this archaic offense. For what? Y'all should be like bludgeoning guys with offense. Like, pick your poison, but y'all not doing it.
I mean, I'm sorry. AJ Brown is still not getting the ball enough. How do you not give this man the ball?
And if he's not getting the ball enough, you know Devontae ain't getting it.
And Gardner's not getting it. And Saquon has not been the same this year.
I got to put this on coaching.
Not been the same. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steve.
I got to put this on coaching and on Hurts, man. I mean, I thought about you, Brandon, because when I was on the cruise, man, he missed that one throw to Devontae Smith wide open. I'm like, if you throw that ball right, y'all probably win that game.
I'm gonna come back in.
Don't get him started.
They probably win that game. I'm like, and I was like, I know Brandon. I know Brandon licking his chops at this one. Brandon,
please don't get him started.
This is all Brandon needed to see.
Please don't get him started.
I was like, man, you got to make that throw. It was an easy throw too. It was a very easy throw. He was wide open.
Man,
oh man.
But yeah, Giants.
Hold on. What's this guy's name? What is it? Hold on. Wait.
My bad, y'all. My bad.
See what you done? This is your fault, Steve.
Hold on. Here we go.
I know.
Jalen Alexander Hurts. August 7th.
Government.
1998. 27 years old, born in Houston, Texas. I've been saying that this guy is not that good of a quarterback. He's physically gifted. He's doing everything you need him to do not to lose games. That's fine. But this roster is super loaded.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic roster. It's a fantastic
offensively
roster.
And defensively, it is loaded. But for him to be a true quarterback, and I mean a true quarterback, I ain't talking about the scrambling part, okay? I've seen guys.
Brandon passer, folks. Brandon means a pure passer. That's what he's referring to.
Pure passing quarterback. I've seen guys who can scramble their way out of a down traffic jam in Washington, D.C. on Interstate 395. Okay. But
If you from the DMV, you understand what he just
Yo.
said for sure.
okay,
Brandon
but
on one, man. Let him cook.
But for him to be that pure pocket passing quarterback, he hasn't done it yet. And I've given him time to try to develop because you guys said, Brandon, give him a chance, give him a chance. I said, okay, I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm giving him a chance. I'm giving him a chance. And year after year after year, he's still the same quarterback that he's been probably even since high school. He has not developed into a true quarterback that can literally drop back, go through his reads or progressions or whatever he needs to do and make the correct pass. He has not done that yet.
You're right. Let me say this,
He's
man. I mean, he's an RPO guy. He's a system quarterback, you know. And listen, you shut down Saquon, you shut down the Eagles completely on offense.
Basically, and Saquon has not been the same. And part of the reason, and I don't know if I said this on the show, I know I said it in the group chat.
Too many touches.
You have lost Mekhi Becton, who's a 6'7", 350+ pound guard who was able to push guys around for 30 plays, 30 run plays. And now it's like these lighter offensive linemen are probably getting driven back, which making life harder.
And that's why I wasn't on last week, but that's why I picked the Giants because I know their front seven is legit. I say they're gonna shut down Saquon. They're gonna beat the Eagles. I didn't say it on the show. I wasn't here. I knew they were gonna win that game. I knew they were gonna
shut down both gaps by himself.
I knew it.
Eric and I said it
two
Friday
gaps
morning.
shut
We was
down
like,
for you right there. It's Dexter Lawrence.
people asked me, they were like, "What happened with the Eagles?" What happened? I said they got beat. The Giants just straight beat them.
Like
if you watch the games, I don't know who has like the pass or red zone. If you watch these teams play and I look at box scores, you see how these teams play. I'm like, their D line is for real.
It's for real.
And I was like, that's the best D line the Eagles have seen this season. I knew they were going to lose that game. I knew they would shut down Saquon Barkley.
Like I said, Dexter Lawrence by himself shuts down both A gaps. The rest of the other 10 guys have B gap, C gap to deal with, and that's it. And cover.
Dude, their line is stacked, man. They are not to be played with, man.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why they actually have an overabundance in their front seven in with the Giants. That's why they can make even swaps. They're like in the middle of that.
Yeah,
trade. They don't have to be sellers. They can be sellers and buyers. Like, okay, we need a receiver. We will give you this pass rush. That type of thing. You know, so and that'll put them right back in the into the thick of things. So the Giants, that pass rush, that front seven is legit. And that's a great segment. That's a great segue to go into our next segment, Pando's Fix. Listen, the show is about the NFL being clear as mud and is really murky right now because it's week 6. By this time, we know in normal situations, we know who these teams are. But it's so bad. Like last week and week 6, Vegas was getting their picks wrong. There's like 4 games that Vegas missed on last week. And consequently, I missed on the same ones. Actually, I got one of them right. Nope, I missed on the same ones. So I went 9-6 last week, which is you know, I never go below 500. But for the first time in 3 years on Just a Fan podcast, mark your calendar, I got a Stone Cold Lock. I missed a Stone Cold Lock. I cannot believe I did that. My Stone Cold Lock last week was the Eagles over the Giants. I had faith in the Eagles. My faith is seriously waning. And my faith is seriously waning in some other teams too, because there are teams that are supposed to be these it teams, and they showing us something completely different now. Whether it be through injuries or whether it just be through crappy play, they laying eggs. And like again, the whole premise of tonight's show was about it's clear as mud. We know who sucks. We know that. We know who sucks. But like from the middle all the way to the top is murky. We don't really know by the time this is all over in week 18, we don't really know who's going to be there. And if you think you do, please let me know. and like I said, I'm seldom wrong. And at this point, like I'm losing faith in myself because it's like, really? There were some games this past week that had me going, really? Seriously. So with that in mind, we're going to get into these picks. All right, the Thursday night game. This is the elderly quarterback battle. We have Joe Flacco against Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, God.
The Steelers are traveling to Cincinnati to play the Bengals.
I need my dentures. I need my
oh, my Lord. Just to get off my lawn. Yeah.
How crazy, man.
Young whippersnappers. Okay.
You moved on to Uncle Bel Air.
So the Bengals, Flacco can move the ball a little bit with the Bengals, yes. But the Steelers defense is still really solid. And again, I'm fervently believe Aaron Rodgers is going to do just enough to screw the Steelers out of a draft of a good quarterback because they're going to be drafted so low. They won't do anything. They'll get to the playoffs. They're going to win this division by default. But
basically,
he's going to do just enough to like, okay, now I'm going to retire. And they're going to have this low draft pick where they're going to have to package a bunch of picks to move up to grab a good quarterback in the draft. That's what's about to happen to the Steelers. So I got the Steelers over the Bengals in this one. Stranger things have happened. I'm telling you right now. Oh, yeah, before I go any further, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pick'em games this week. These are games, for those of y'all who just joined our show and don't know what that means, these are games that I don't recommend you put money on because they could go literally, you could flip a coin. Okay, I'm gonna make my pick, but don't come back here mad like, man, I picked such and I lost some money. No, I told you to pick 'em game. Look, hey, these games can go either way. But for right now, I got the Steelers over the Bengals. That's not a pick 'em game. Go ahead, pick the Steelers over the Bengals. This next game is a pick 'em game. This is the Rams are going across country to Duval to play the Jaguars. Okay. The Rams, they may be without Puka Nacua and Tutu Atwell.
Ooh, ouch.
But here's the things about my opinion about the Jags. The Jags have been getting by they've been playing what you call vulture ball. What do I mean by that? What do vultures do? Vultures wait for something to die and they sit there and wait for it to die and they eat it. They capitalize on it. They get a full belly. Okay, so how does that translate into football? What do I mean? The games that the Jaguars have been winning, their defense has been capitalizing on the other team's screw-ups. They lead the league in takeaways. Consequently, that gives Trevor Lawrence a short field on a lot of these games, and they get a short field, they don't drive as far, and they score. The Jacksonville Jaguars lost last week because the other team didn't turn the ball over. The Seahawks beat the Jags because the Seahawks didn't turn the ball over, and they put a solid defense. The Rams can do that.
So basically, hold on. So basically, they making Trevor Lawrence play quarterback. When you make Trevor Lawrence play quarterback,
you don't give him a short field.
Yeah, and when I say play quarterback, in this instance, when you have those long drives where you got to start sometimes even from the 10-yard line or the 15 or the 25-yard line, and you got to drive the length of the field, that's when you got to play quarterback. But when you start that the opposing 25-yard line or even 15, because your defense gave you that field position, you should be good to go.
We're going to find out just how the Rams right now have the third-ranked defense and scoring defense in the league. The third. Okay, they're number 3 behind Denver and Houston. They're going to make Trevor Lawrence have to play quarterback.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to make him have to play quarterback. Now, the Rams' back end is the weak point of that defense.
That's true.
The secondary is weak. So if Trevor Lawrence is going to show that he's the prince that was promised, like Nick Wright be saying all the doggone time, now's the time to prove it because you can carve up that secondary. But that pass rush coming. They finna fold him like fresh laundry if I'm prognosticating right. But Reason why I had this as a pick 'em is because the Rams back end is kind of weak, and if Trevor Lawrence gets any kind of time, he can carve them up. But I still got the Rams winning this one. All right, moving on. The Eagles travel to Minneapolis to play the Vikings. This is another pick 'em game, but I think the Eagles on that slide. The Eagles could slide right here. The Vikings are a very tough team to beat in that building. They're a very tough team to beat in that building. Number 2, Quinyon Mitchell may or may not play. That's their best corner. So
yeah, they don't have enough corners.
So now who's going to cover Justin Jefferson?
So I've heard either Adoree Jackson or Caleb Ringo, and neither one of them is it.
We talking about Jay Jetterhill.
Because Caleb Ringo is a product of Georgia. I don't care if he was drafted in the 6th round. He's a product of Georgia. All that, we're the Philadelphia Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah. Some of your Bulldog players.
We finna find out, but I got the Vikings winning.
Some of your Bulldog players been exposed, and now this is a good point here because Steve just said it. That was a great defensive line they played against the Giants. 1,
and the Vikings
have Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave, but then 2 on top of that, Brian Flores loved to bring the heat. He loved to bring defense, man. He loved to bring that heat
against that defense in that building. I like the Vikings over the Eagles. Now the Eagles, because they do have a championship pedigree. No matter what we think of them, they can pull themselves up by their bootstraps and say, "Hey, we not finna go into that good night and really fight." That's why I got it as a pick'em game. But my gut is telling me the Vikings win in their backyard. It is very difficult to beat them at home. Next game, this is a straight up. The Pats are gonna murk the Titans. Mike Vrabel was unjustly fired by the Titans. Number 1. Number 2, the Patriots are actually good this year. Drake May is dealing. I don't know how many people watch Patriots game, but Drake May looks legit. He looks like he's not putting up a million yards or nothing like that, but he's just being accurate and very careful with the ball. The Patriots defense is playing really solid. And I think they go down there in Nashville and they give Tennessee another L, which in turn is going to make them. That's another team we forgot about. That should be sellers at the trade deadline.
Yep.
Because
Justin Simmons.
And like I said, Vrabel's going down there with a chip on his shoulder. Oh, you gonna fire me? Okay, well I got my new team. I'm coming back here. I'm finna show you what's what. So I got the Patriots over the Titans
with a bunch of yeehaw.
So the next game is the Panthers versus the Jets. The Panthers they kind of shocked me because I had Dallas winning that game. And it was when they got to the 4th quarter and the Panthers was still in that game, I said, that's a glaring indictment on Dallas. I don't know if it's so much about the Panthers as much
straight defense. Yeah. We give up 30+ points to every team we play. Every team can score as much as they want to on us.
Basically.
Every team.
But
every team.
When you look at Rico Dowdle, I know Cowboy fans are very upset because he didn't look that good in Dallas. Now he looks like a superstar.
No, he did. He did look good.
No, he did look good.
6 yards of carry in Dallas.
He never had a 1,000-yard season, but he wasn't bad in Dallas. Trust me, he was not bad.
I'm talking to the wrong Dallas fans. I apologize. I should have talked to y'all.
I'm very smart. Listen. When it comes to Cowboy players, you need to talk to me, man. Call me or Steve.
Yeah,
but Rico Dowdle averaged 6 yards of carry in Dallas. I did not want him to leave.
Yeah, he's showing it with a lesser team, no less. He's playing behind a lesser offensive line, and he's been doing his thing. So that being said,
whoa. Let's slow down on the offensive line talk. The Cowboys just getting their offensive line back together slowly.
No, I'm saying he's doing it now.
He's talking about.
He's doing it now with a lesser line than the Cowboys. The line in Carolina is not as good as Dallas's line.
This year, no, but I'm talking about from when Dowdle was there last year. That line was not that good.
Okay.
Right.
But I'm
Y'all
still
saying the same thing. Y'all saying the same thing.
I'm still saying he doesn't have that. They're
Y'all
not
saying the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so the he's doing really well, and the Jets again, they should be sellers at the trade deadline. So I got the Panthers going to MetLife Stadium, provided nobody gets hurt on that turf. Because Jesus,
The new best stadium.
yeah, that's horrible. But provided nobody gets hurt, I think the Panthers can pull this one out. And you know that's moving in the right way. The Panthers are kind of doing it right. They're leaving Canales alone and they're letting him gradually get some momentum with this team. And next year we could be talking about the Panthers seriously. Not this year, but this next year we could be talking about them seriously because they're progressing. You see the progression, you see the growth. So, but they beat the Jets. This next game, I had the doggonest time. I just realized I still hadn't marked my winner yet. The Dolphins travel to Cleveland to play the Browns. This is another Who Gives a Damn Ball part 2.
Hold on. Wait a minute, man. Both teams are
Trash.
Okay. All right. So yes, just like the Titans Raiders game last week, that was the Who Gives a Damn Ball part 1. This is the Who Gives a Damn Ball part 2. Dolphins and the Browns are playing each other. Dylan Gabriel, I don't know what that is, but then you also have Tua Tagovailoa on the other side, so I don't know what that is either. So now I got to go back. So now I got to go back and look at defenses. The Browns have the better defense, and they're home. So I'm gonna go with the Browns over the Dolphins in this game. But this is also a pick'em game. But I don't know why anybody want to pick on a game like this. Want to bet on a game like this. So I got the Browns over the Dolphins. The Saints are traveling to Soldier Field to play the Bears. Like I said before, the Saints are better than their record. If you actually watch Saints games, they are in their games. The only game that they really just got shellacked on was I think they went out to Seattle, played Seattle and lost pretty bad. But every game that the Saints have been in, they've been in. Like it wasn't no runaways. They stick it to you. You gonna know that you've been in a fight. You might beat them, but you know that you've been in a fight. The Bears just came off of a big win over Washington. I feel like Washington gave the Bears that game last week. Washington had that game pretty much locked in. And it was like 3rd and 2, and you fumble the snap. It's like, what the heck, man?
3 minutes. Yep.
I believe you're already in field goal range too. You know, you had the 2-point lead. You already in field goal range. Like
if he didn't fumble, we win the game.
Yeah, I mean, even if he got stuffed, we
still would win the game.
Yeah. So and it was. I know it had to hurt for Washington fans because you let Jake Moody kick a game-winning. Jake Moody kicked a game-winning field goal. That had to hurt. I know it had to. But that being said, I don't think the Bears are going to have to play vulture ball to beat the Saints. I think the Bears are just going to straight up beat them. I'm not saying it's going to be a snot pound or anything like that. See, it was so bad. I brought watching game. Tristan left. But the Bears, I think the Bears are going to beat the Saints. Caleb Williams is progressing. He's slowly but surely getting better. If you watch the Bears games, he's becoming the quarterback that we thought that he might be. So I think they're going to do enough to beat the Saints. But I'm going to say this: the Bears defense can give up some yards to this Saints offense. The Saints are playing better football than their record would indicate. Again, that's another one of those pick'ems. Okay, this next game is my Stone Cold Lock of the Week.
Oh, that's
the Raiders are traveling to Arrowhead Stadium. I don't think I need to say nothing else.
Okay. Oh, and I think Rice is back.
Rasheed
is.
Rice is back.
He is.
Geno Smith is still hot garbage. And the Chiefs defense is playing a lot better than it did to start the season off. Like the Chiefs is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're the 11th ranked defense. So, and they're at home. And you know how hard it is to play in Arrowhead. Okay. All right. So this is my Stone Cold Lock of the week. I'm gonna put it like this. If I miss this Stone Cold Lock, we're not doing no more Stone Cold Locks the rest of the season. We still do
Don't say that. Don't say that, E. Don't say that, man.
I'm willing to put it down.
Nah.
If the Raiders
Viewers-
beat the Chiefs, I don't need to be making locks no more.
Viewers, disregard
I don't get picks.
Pando's. Disregard Pando's stance on that. Now we need Stone Cold Locks all season, man.
You getting Patrick or improving Patrick Mahomes, and you get Rasheed Rice back with your current receiving core against the. Come on, man! It's the Raiders, man. Like all they do. You know what they raid? They raid their lockers at the end of the season after week 18.
This dude's a fool. This dude's a fool.
That's all they raid. Trash bag and raid their lockers after week 18. That's what the Raiders do. Okay. So yeah, the Chiefs, the Stone Cold Lock of the week, Chiefs. This could be a snot pounding for real. This could be a straight up butt whooping. The next game this is another one. It's hard to pick. It's a pick 'em. The Colts are going to LA to play the Chargers. The Chargers play really well in their own.
That's tough. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Colts, and I'm starting to believe in the Colts a little bit. I was really skeptical, but damn it, it's week 7. And it's like they still rolling. It's like, okay, I got to back up off of them now because they looking legit. That being said, they won't have their 2 starting corners. Okay? They will be without their 2 starting corners. The Colts will. And the Chargers are still having O-line issues. This is why this is a pick 'em, because these 2 things cancel each other out. If it's schemed well, if Greg Roman can scheme it well enough, the Chargers can take advantage of those corners. That being said, the Chargers with this, I think they get Joe Alt back this week. That's it. But that's it.
Oh, that's good.
But the Colts defensive line is so good. They might be able to take advantage of those other spots on the whole line.
Yeah, a replacement corner is way better than a replacement O lineman.
Yeah.
Now, I also tell you what.
Easily.
Guess what? Can I tell y'all something? Do y'all know who the Indianapolis Colts defensive coordinator is?
I slipped my mind. Who?
He used to be in Cincinnati. His name is Lou Amorero.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so we know it wasn't him.
Well, I still got this one as a pick 'em because the Chargers play really strong in SoFi. So it's a pick 'em game, but I'm going with Chargers over Colts. Again, don't put money on this, y'all, because this could go. You could flip a coin on this one.
Got you.
Next game, the Giants travel to Mile High Stadium to play the Broncos, who currently have the 2nd best defense in the league and are at home. We gonna find out the Giants really are for real, because in that situation, if the Giants can pull off a win right there, then we got to start taking them seriously. The Broncos are at home.
Yep.
In that rough condition with the atmosphere, and they got the number 2 defense in the league.
Defense, man. Hey, listen, man. Vance Joseph, man. Vance Joseph get that defense on lock.
This is a prove-it game for the Giants. This is definitely a prove-it game for them. That we really have to take them seriously if they can pull this off.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I still got the Broncos winning this one. I'm taking the Broncos. This next one, this is the Packers over the Cardinals. That's it.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are a caliber team. They might even be worse than Cincinnati. The Cardinals might be able to put up a fight if Jacoby Brissett starts, but if Kyler Murray he starts, the Packers going to do him something.
Hey, Steve. I mean, listen. Kyler Murray's another quarterback.
Get back, Kyler. Get out. Get back.
He's another
He's
quarterback
bad
who's
for
never developed.
Man, Eric ain't. No, I agree.
He has not developed.
I'm teasing Eric, man. Eric funny.
What has Kyler Murray done in this league? Nothing.
Yeah. So the
People-
Packers, they go kind of
Hey,
sneaky. I ain't gonna say stealing wins. You got to play who's in front of you. But these last two games, these are kind of stealing wins for them.
Yeah.
Let me say this. Let me say this on air since we're on the show. Kyler Murray should have played baseball.
We talk about that all the time.
I know, but no, I'm gonna say it. I'll make sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure
Yeah.
it's on the podcast. Kyler Murray should have played baseball.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
agree.
And
I
guess
agree.
what? He
Yeah,
still
man.
can.
Yeah.
Still
A
can.
lot of quarterbacks shouldn't play baseball.
Yeah. So yeah, I got
What's the
the
Carter?
Packers over the Cards.
Winky.
This next game, boy, this is a tough.
Harrison.
The Commanders travel to AT&T Stadium to play the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think the Commanders going to be fumbling, and I think they got enough juice to take advantage of that woefully bad Dallas defense. I think you could possibly see a shootout.
I was just going to say I think it's going to
If
be a
you,
shootout because
if you want to bet
Every
on
game.
Dallas,
Every
yeah,
game's been a
it's gonna be
shootout.
and it's not just because Dallas can score. It's also because Washington is playing a lot of man coverage and they're not doing a good job right now.
yeah, I think both defenses going to get nullified in this game.
And I'm not trying
Yeah.
to trash Washington or anything, but their man coverage is bad. I don't care who the corner is.
Both defenses are bad, man.
They really are. They really are.
Dallas is 31st.
Washington
and,
might be a lot higher, but they're still bad in man coverage.
yeah, Washington they are 13th.
That's crazy.
They 13th.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I think because of that, I'm giving the edge to Washington. If Washington can go into AT&T Stadium and win this, there's a high probability they can sweep Dallas this year. There's a high probability. I just kind of lost faith in Dallas completely after they lost to the Panthers. That's like, what the hell? Are you serious right now? So I still like what the Commanders could do, even though they're undermanned. They're still in demand. Like, if the Commanders can keep rolling like this, and then they get their guys back, oh my God, we can see something scary. Then the Commanders could also be
undermanned in what way?
Huh?
Undermanned in what way? It's only Terry McLaurin, really.
Terry McLaurin and Noah Brown.
And who?
Okay, so
I don't know Brown.
Noah Brown in the role that he would be in.
Nobody cares about Noah Brown.
No.
Stop.
Yeah, I don't know why people act like he's a good receiver. I don't know
No,
why people do
stop.
that. He caught one. He caught one Hail Mary deflected pass last year.
I'm not giving you nothing.
Let me
Noah
get-
Brown, stop it right now. Noah Brown is not it. Noah Brown is a blocking wide receiver that's 6'3" and caught that one pass against Chicago. Stop it right
if
now.
You let me
No.
get my point out. That's my point.
Okay, go ahead. Just go and say your point. Go ahead.
Washington runs the ball really well. Noah Brown is a very good blocking receiver, and on a lot of perimeter runs, he's going to be able to help them. Also, because you're not asking him to be the number 2 receiver in Washington. He's an ancillary receiver. He's gonna he can actually be productive. He's gonna take a lot of pressure. He's not gonna have the pressure because all of the attention is gonna be on Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel. That's what I'm saying. So because he's in a lesser role, he can be more productive.
I got you, B. I got you, B. I hear you, E. B, I got you. Yeah, no. Listen, Noah Brown, he's a receiver in the league.
He's a lightweight tight end.
Hold on, I got you, B. I got you. He ain't nothing to talk about. You talk about his blocking ability, which proves my point even more. you talk about how good he pass block and run blocks.
The reason why he's in this league is because Ezekiel Elliott said he can block, bring him in. That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna take your word.
And he had he had a great career at Ohio State, but in the league he's not with us for a reason.
I'll take it.
He is a 225-pound H-back.
He was on
He's a-
y'all team, so I'll take y'all word for it.
Yeah, he's a solid 3 or 4.
Not
WR 3
even
or 4.
3.
But what I'm
Maybe
saying,
a 4.
we kind of got off track here because what I'm saying is like Noah Brown may be what y'all say he is, but we not gonna
Can't get
sneeze.
open.
We not finna sneeze at Terry McLaurin.
I'm going to sneeze at it.
At Terry McLaurin.
No.
No,
Terry's
I'm
the real deal.
going to sneeze at Noah Brown, not Terry
No, Brown
I'm
McLaurin.
still
not
can't.
talking about him no more, Brandon.
He
Okay,
still
well-
can't get open. No, still can't get open. He's
I'm not
not
talking
number
about Noah
2.
Brown anymore.
Okay, well, then you need to clarify that.
Well, you stop cutting me off. I can say that. We're not gonna
If I'm talking about
sneeze.
Noah Brown, then I'll allow you to say it.
We're not gonna sneeze at Terry McLaurin coming back. Okay.
Oh, nah, that's big. That's a big deal.
No, I
We're
respect
not-
Terry McLaurin. I've always respected Terry McLaurin.
What I'm saying is they're still able to move the ball pretty well without Terry McLaurin. So with him coming back, that's a huge thing.
Of
Terry
course he is.
McLaurin coming back to the Commanders is equivalent to having a healthy Brandon Ayuk coming to the Niners. That's a game.
Yes. Now,
Okay.
what Washington does need to do, in my opinion, stop calling design run plays for Jane Daniels. He's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, they're doing that way too much, man. They're gonna mess it up. They're gonna mess it up.
So
Because he
let
can
me
pass
finish
the
up.
pocket. Okay, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I got
My
3
bad.
more games. Okay, but I got this is a pick'em game, but I got the Commanders over the Cowboys. Pick'em.
Okay.
Okay.
The Falcons are going to beat the 49ers on Sunday Night Football. They're still reeling from the Fred Warner injury. The defense has still got to reconfigure itself. And just now, the Falcons, like they beat. If you watched that game the other night, the Falcons beat up the Bills. They beat the Bills up. Like I was like, what am I watching?
You know what?
I picked the Bills to win that game.
Can I say something?
But the Falcons are really starting to put together a really solid defense. Right now, as of Wednesday, they're saying that Mac Jones is looking like he's going to end up starting because Brock Purdy's not quite ready yet. So if you're dealing with a Mac Jones who has 2 cement feet, then against that pass rush, it's going to be a long night for San Francisco. It's going to be really, really rough. The Falcons can stop the run and they cover really well. So we don't know if Jawan Jennings or Ricky Pearsall is going to play. There's a chance that George Kittle will play. That'll help, but I can't realistically pick the Niners to win many more of their games without Fred Warner being on the field. Let me back about that. Without Nick Bosa and Fred Warner on the field. So I think the Niners are going to give up a ton of points. They dropped from like 7th in the league in defense to 15th in 1 week. So just after the Bucs game, Michael Penix is not Baker Mayfield. We all know this, but I think they're going to do enough to give the Niners a L in this game. Go ahead, Brandon.
Buffalo defense, and I want people to remember this for the remainder of the season because I heard this earlier today. Listen to a podcast. Buffalo is light on defense. They are light on that defensive line. What I mean is not how many players.
No, the body size. Yeah,
body size. They are light, and because what they did was, and it makes sense when they did at the time. They built their defense to try to be a great pass rush team against Kansas City, the likes of Kansas City. Which is fine, but the NFL has changed to now being more heavier personnel package type game planning. 12 personnel, 13 personnel, 20, 21 personnel, 22 personnel. And so because of that, it makes it easier for you to sit there and just run the ball on Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo can run the ball, but now you can run the ball on them because they're so light.
Yeah.
I just want people to remember that now.
Well, I'm looking at it from the other way. Buffalo wasn't able to run the ball against the Falcons. And
they made Josh Allen throw the ball?
Yeah, they made Josh Allen throw the ball, and they were covering. They were really covering.
And see, that's the thing, too. I still don't believe in Josh. As much of that offense is running better under Joe Lombardi or whatever his name is, I still don't believe in Josh Allen even as a passing quarterback. I don't.
Okay, well, the thing is that they were able to stop a James Cook behind Buffalo's offensive line. They're going to make short work of San Francisco's interior line, and I want to say Christian McCaffrey's averaging like less than 3 yards a carry.
Oh God.
Yeah, because part of that is twofold. Part of that is Christian McCaffrey's getting long in the tooth. He just looks average. And then the bigger part of that is the interior offensive line for the Niners is actual dog water. I used to jump on Colton McKivitz, the right tackle, all the time, calling him sorry. Colton McKivitz is playing much better. And, of course, Trent Williams is Trent Williams. It's the interior three that's really hurting the 49ers run game. They are not they are not doing what they're supposed to do. Dominic Pooney has regressed since last season. He was a great guard coming in as a rookie. He's regressed. And then Jake Brendel, the center, he's a hot mess. So, it's like, and then you got another rookie over there at left guard. So it's like the interior three has really just been disappointing this season. That's why San Francisco has been able to get their run game going. And I'm saying if they can stop Buffalo's offensive line with James Cook, who's been eating all season, they're going to make short work of San Francisco's run game. And now you're going to force Mac Jones to beat you. That's why that's why the Falcons beating the Niners.
Okay.
Last two. This one was really tough. This next one. The Buccaneers go to Detroit, play the Lions. I went back and forth with this. I marked it, scratched through it a bunch of times. I did. It's a tough one. Of course, it's another pick'em game.
Yep.
But then we found out that Brian Branch is suspended for this game.
Yes, he is.
And then Kirby Joseph, the other safety, is gimpy. He may play, but he's not 100%. With that, I got the Bucs beating the Lions in a close one. They're going to go back to these close games because they just blew it open against the 49ers, and they're going to go back to winning. The Buccaneers are going to win a close one against the Lions.
You know what? Real quick. If they can stop that run game led by and with Vita Vea and tackle, make Jared Goff throw the football. I hate Jared Goff versus Todd Bowles blitzing defense. I just do.
They're gonna blitz him a lot.
They're gonna blitz him a lot. If they stop that run game, Jared Goff's in trouble.
They're gonna have to be very imaginative about how they run the ball in Detroit because of the presence of Vita Vea in the middle.
Yes.
He's just a disruptor in the run game. So he's not a bad pass rusher either.
Right.
But I like the Bucs beating the Lions. The Lions might go on a little slide for these last couple of games. They lost one to the Chiefs. They might lose one to the Bucs. But they'll resurge, but they're not. I don't think they're going to win this one. But who knows? They're at home. That could change a lot of stuff. Last game, Monday Night Football. The Texans traveled to Seattle to play the Seahawks. I think this is going to be a low-scoring defensive affair. I don't think Sam Darnold's going to be able to take it and kill the water. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to take advantage of the Texas defense. Texas defense is definitely legit. They're number one in the league in yards, in points allowed. They are the number one scoring defense in the league. Seattle ain't too far behind. I want to say they're like sixth. They're sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 6. Seattle has a 6th best defense. We might be watching a 6-9 game, 13-6, something like that. We could be watching a game like that, 10-13. Honestly, we could legitimately see a game like that. If you like good defensive football, the Texans and the Seahawks game is for you. Seahawks, I'm gonna give them they got the 3 points for being at home. I'm gonna go ahead and give that to the Seahawks.
Okay.
So to recap, Steelers over Bengals, Rams over Jags, pick 'em. Vikings over Eagles, pick 'em. Patriots over Titans, Panthers over Jets, Browns over Dolphins, pick 'em. Bears over Saints, pick 'em. Chiefs over Raiders, Stone Cold Lock of the Week. Chargers over Colts, pick 'em. Broncos over Giants, pick 'em. Packers over Cards, Commanders over Cowboys, pick 'em. Falcons over Niners, Buccaneers over Lions, Pick'em, and Seahawks over Texans. Doors of the church are now open.
Those are good picks, man. Those are good ones, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys
I
and
didn't
girls.
really do my homework on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have completed another show of Just a Fan Podcast. We are live every Wednesday, same time, same place, 9:15 Eastern, 8:15 Central, 7:15 Mountain, 6:15 Pacific, 5:15 Alaska, 4:15 Hawaii. Anyway,
Something wrong with you.
I know I'm crazy, ain't I? Yes, I am. Proud of it too. Yes, I am. All right. Anyway, we are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. You can follow us on Facebook, but you can also follow us on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. Okay. Shouts out to Tristan for being on the show. The Mike linebacker, the quarterback that runs this whole thing. Steve Space Age is back, y'all.
Space Age, man. I've been in space.
Yeah,
I've been in space this past week.
Yeah, boy. Down below, panel 316, the good guy with the black hat. He let y'all know, like, what the, and we explained it. The NFL's
I'm probably gonna be this. Probably gonna be my caption all season long. It's crazy every week.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Because it's that's an NFL parody, but y'all know what it is, man. Come on now, Coach Williams, NFL encyclopedia, the Wildcat quarterback that runs this whole thing. Y'all know I'm a future Hall of Famer. Listen, y'all need to get me to run a franchise, okay? Y'all need a general manager? Call me. Need a head coach? Call me. Okay, I'm available. I'm out here. I'm here. Okay, because some of these franchises who don't know how to build a team. Y'all need to call me. Raiders, call me. Tennessee, call me. Matter of fact, Tennessee, call me. You got to open that head coach. Call me. Okay, I'm available. All right, shoot me an email. Smoke signal. Put a note on a foot of a pigeon. Okay. Yeah.
Get a raven like Game of Thrones. Get a raven, man.
Cinderella.
Whatever. I don't care what you do. Contact me, Tennessee. All right. And Miami, you need to contact me too. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls. Oh, by the way, also like, subscribe, share. Listen, we got what 300. No, we had 378. We was at 376 one time. We had 378. Hey, guys, we need all of y'all to give us one subscriber each. That would get us over 600 easily. Just one subscriber, get us one extra person. And that gets over 600. Y'all do that for us, please? Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Good night. Peace out.
Deuces.